disapprove of it, or are you just ignoring it, or how are you dealing with this?
Just like I said, we're just happy that we get to play basketball tonight here in Milwaukee. Get a chance to come out here and play for the first time in a while.
Are you guys getting tired of having to answer questions about this? I mean, the look says it all right now.
I mean, are you tired of hearing me say I want to play basketball today here in Milwaukee? So you let me know.
Will you be happy to pick up a basketball if Jimmy Butler is still on this team Wednesday night?
I'm happy to play basketball with anybody.
What would you like to talk about? Anything that you would like to talk about?
That we playing tonight and the season's starting, so we got to get ready. There's nothing else that matters. The season is approaching. We have a big season in front of us. That's all that matters. We go out here and play basketball at the best possible level we can, and every single night it's 82 games. It's a grueling season, so if anything taught us last year, we got to start off quick. We can't ease our way into the season, so we got to come out firing all cylinders.
What have you guys learned about this team so far this preseason? In terms of,
I mean, we're scoring the ball again at a great rate, but we're not playing defense, so that's a problem, and we got to fix that if we expect to be the team we want to be, especially this season and the West being so packed. So that's the biggest thing, is worrying about what we could control, and we can control ourselves running back in transition defense. We can control ourselves being better in pick and roll defense. We can control ourselves doing the little things we need to do and doing our job. So that's what we got to do on a nightly basis if we want to win.
Karl, what can you say about that practice Wednesday, though? I mean, was it an uncomfortable situation?
It was practice.
What was the practice like? I mean,
it was practice. We had practice. We practiced. We got better and left the gym.
Is what happened out of the ordinary? A lot of people on the outside in the media are making a big deal out of what happened. From your perspective, is what happened unusual for Jimmy or for this team to have happened?
I'm not getting your question.
So Jimmy allegedly came in and he said he scrimmaged with the third team, beat you guys, the starters, and started making some comments towards you, towards the front office. Is what happened unusual? Is that unusual behavior for him versus unusual to have happen at a practice? Or is it just a typical day at practice that maybe is being blown out of proportion?
Like I said, we had practice. We got better. Everyone got better, and we left.
Is it uncomfortable, the way that you kind of carry yourself as lower key, just to kind of go about your work? Is it uncomfortable being called out publicly in a way that you probably wouldn't take that sort of route? Is it uncomfortable to kind of have to answer these sorts of questions for something like this?
Say it again. The spotlight came on. What happened?
Just saying, you're a lower key guy. You know, the way you're handling this, the way you handle most things. Is it uncomfortable to be called out publicly in a way that you probably wouldn't take that sort of route to get a message across? Is it uncomfortable to kind of be in a situation like that?
I mean, I don't look at anything. I just go and work. I just go and work hard. That's my calling card. I go in every day and I work my tail off every single day for my craft and for my teammates. So.
Last question.
In his interview with Rachel Nichols, Jimmy said he's hard on you, he's tough on you. Would you agree with that assessment?
We just want to win. Simple as that.
I mean, Jimmy has a very valid point. I'm on Jimmy's side. It's not coming from a place where he's going against an organization. Jimmy's a guy who his whole career has made it to the league off work, off him having to grind and scratch and claw and get to where he's at. And then he sees the potential that he has around him, and he just wants guys to match that, because if guys are skilled and have that like Cat has, Andrew Wiggins has, they have that it that a lot of guys don't have. Now they just have to match it with what Jimmy's bringing to the table. I'm all for what Jimmy is trying to do over there. I talked to Jimmy a little bit on that, and it's not coming from a bad place. Jimmy's not going against an organization. He wants the best for that organization, and he's trying to bring out everything for that organization to get to where they want to get to.
What's good, y'all? It's kingtise. Welcome back to Throughout the Association. And Karl Anthony Towns, how do you feel about this Jimmy Butler situation? I'm just happy to play in Milwaukee tonight. Thank you. Next question. Carl, is it true Jimmy Butler whooped y'all ass with a bunch of dookie shirts and gray sweatpants? I'm just happy. Man, look what Jimmy Butler done did. He got Karl Anthony Towns about to cry. He can't even hear the questions right. If y'all don't hurry up and trade this man, but is Paul George snitching? Why you snitching? Now, I guess Jimmy Butler been telling everything himself, so maybe PG felt like it was safe, but Paul George basically just told us that Jimmy Butler told him he don't want to be on Minnesota and he feel like Karl Towns and Andrew Wiggins, that team is lazy and they soft. We don't got to sugarcoat nothing, just come out and say it. That was kind of proven to us when Jimmy Butler went to practice like he was Debo and they had to cancel the next day of practice and Jimmy Butler did interviews about the practice. But I'm very confused about this situation because I keep hearing that Jimmy Butler want to win and this and that. But didn't Jimmy Butler demand trades to New York, Brooklyn, and the Clippers? Now, maybe I'm crazy, but can anybody explain to me how any of those situations are better than what Jimmy got in Minnesota? The more I'm watching this situation, the less it makes sense to me. This can't all really be about winning and the players on Minnesota because every team you want to go to is worse than Minnesota. This looking like a money issue to me. Minnesota must not be giving out that max, and Jimmy want to get it somewhere else. That's really all that makes sense to me. And if I was Minnesota, I wouldn't give Jimmy Butler no damn max either. So I can't even blame him. But the way he going about it, I don't know. You talking about your teammates to other teams, then calling team meetings. Minnesota got to trade Jimmy Butler now. I don't know what they waiting for. They got to trade this man now. Jimmy Butler is the Grinch that stole the locker room. Every team he owned, he caused a bunch of dysfunction. What you guys think about this? And doubly subscribe.